Hello? Hello? I'm here. Hello. How's everybody doing today? I'm very sleepy. I've been awake since midnight 30. And I had to stay awake. I had to. Well, it's not that I had to. It's that I slept literally all day yesterday because I stopped working and realized I had zero energy. And then I woke up at like 12:30 last night and was like, oh, I can't sleep anymore. And then I had to go to work. So that was fun. I'm very excited for daughter. Hold on, I'm gonna get Mina. Mina. It is finally time. Almost. It is almost time for me to see my daughter again. That's not okay. Hold on. Why is... Oh, I see what you're doing. You're hidden in the corner again. Why do you do this? I hate you. What is wrong with my... Oh, I need to get you out of here. That's the wrong cat to be in that scene. That would break Immersion super hard. Oh my god, hello, Sky. Also, hello, Zarboil. And also, hello, Cookie. Hello, everybody. All the warriors. For the final Ace Attorney game ever. Probably. Capcom sure don't want to do them. Hello, Lila. Hello. Alright, hey. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. Because this is your second favorite one, right? So this is definitively better than Dual Destinies, right? Oh no, Mina, Silent Mina arc. I forgot to unmute Discord. Hello. They can hear you now.
Good. Okay. Listen. Yeah. No. This is my second favorite one. I think that it, even though it leans into like the wackiness of the series a lot, I think it's to its benefit. I think every case in this game is a lot of fun, and cases 2 and 6 in particular have some really interesting like mechanics to them, if you know what I mean.
Wait, did you say 2 and 6?
Oh, sorry, 2 and 5 rather. Sorry, 2 and 5.
I was like, how many fucking cases are in this game?
Technically, there are 6 because the DLC is set after 5, but...
Holy moly.
But it's more like an epilogue.
Yes, the bot is on currently.
Yeah.
Presently, I just had to turn it on.
The DLC case is more like an epilogue / victory lap because it's like extremely chill. Like it doesn't feel like there's a lot of urgency in it.
That sounds like I like it a lot.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think the mystery of the DLC case is very good, but I guess that's what you get after you follow up 2 really good mysteries.
But it's like that's the one that's like it's like callbacks, you know. It's like old times.
It's a fan service one, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be excited for that. All right, I wanna get right into it. Let's go to the good scene where the game is.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's play a video game and be good at the video game. Episode select. I'm just gonna.
There she is.
There she is.
Look at that wanted poster. It looks like a villain.
That guy sure do look like a villain. I'm gonna cry when I see her again. I just know I am. Alright. The Foreign Turnabout. That's a name. We got anime.
On the western edge of the Far East. Lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery. The kingdom of Kurain.
Who dat?
But now, the flames of revolution are threatening to consume it whole.
Sick, dude. Love it.
But things like revolt and revolution were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
Hello, Phoenix. Did I
Raven.
did I leave the costumes on? I can't remember if I did.
I don't think so.
We will know immediately if Phoenix looks like LT Gray. Oh, I guess we wouldn't be able to see him. Oh shit. Hello, Raven and Val.
Oh, Val.
Is that a Psyche lock?
Maybe.
Hello? The Shadow Realm. Damn, dude. And then a murder happened.
Of course it does.
That's how it's gotta be. Hey, look, it's Maximilian, dude. These models look good.
Yeah, they stepped up the art style. I think because Yamazaki saw how good Grey Ace Attorney looks and went, well, shit, that's kind of embarrassing.
Yo, it is Jesus. Hold on, I'm gonna do a save really quick because I do want to check if we have the costumes on because I don't want them on for the, at least not for the first case. Yeah, you spelled their name wrong, but yeah. Maya did another murder, obviously.
Phoenix shows up in this foreign country and he's wearing like the zoot suit.
Okay, no, all of their costumes are correct.
Beauty.
Great Ace Attorney was by Shutakumi, right?
Yeah, Great Ace Attorney was by Shutakumi, the guy who made the original trilogy.
And then the latter
and
three are
Apollo Justice.
Yamazaki. Oh,
No,
the latter two.
Shutakumi did Apollo Justice as well. It was this one, Dual Destinies, and the two Edgeworth games that were Yamazaki.
Wait, what do you mean you checked that? What do you mean you checked it and you were still wrong? It's F-E-Y. Come on, get my daughter's name right. I can't fucking believe you. Oh, we be having models in the background, huh?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Technical marvel.
Wow. Yeah, Needle's banned from the chat now, I'm sorry. Whew, I'm finally here. So this is the Kingdom of Kurine, huh? What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air. So, okay. In the original release, is this just a different part of Japan then?
No, in both versions it's a foreign country, but Janet Su, the localization writer, and Yamazaki, the original scenario writer, disagree about where Kurine is geographically.
Because Kurine is obviously Japan.
No, it's supposed to be like Tibet or
that makes sense.
Malaysia, I think.
That makes sense. Alright. But just look at this place. Is he snapping photos? Oh, is he a tourist right now?
He is touristing.
He's touristing. Get a load of the street. It really feels like I'm in another world here. Look at that pagoda. And that gorgeous temple. I read that's the center of town. Maybe Nepal? Oh, it could be Nepal.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up actually.
Wow, it knocks right in the middle of the street. I have to get a picture of that. Oh my god. Who's this kid?
Okay, so yeah, I just looked it up. Janet Su thinks that it's located near Nepal, whereas Yamazaki puts it between Bhutan and Tibet.
Oh. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, this is Michigan, Lila. This is exactly what we saw when we were playing Michigan Report. Oh, wait. Michigan Report from Hell doesn't take place in Michigan, right?
No.
I, like, forgot briefly. Takes place in Chicago.
Yeah. So all the culture of Korean is made up. Like, none of this is real. Their
It's
language
fake.
is hiragana turned upside down.
That's
and,
cute. I like that.
we're gonna see some pun names soon, and I want you to know that as much as these pun names make you groan, they were more obvious in Japanese.
Really?
Yes. In Japanese, all the pun names are literally just common words and phrases, but spelled in katakana to make them look foreign.
Cool. Who's voicing this child?
Do you want me to do it?
Sure.
Okay. Excuse me, sir.
I wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. It's a phoenix. That's quite a crest it has on its head.
Excuse me, sir.
What? Oh, yes?
Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright?
Yes, that's right. Oops. Hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute. Are you...
That's right. I'll be your guide at your service.
Okay, yeah. Immediately, I'm taking damage.
Yeah, be prepared, because this is the entire game.
Okay.
See, the dub, or the localization actually uses creative spelling and apostrophes to make them look like they're actually foreign.
Yeah.
Instead of spelling them in a different text to make it just like seem foreign superficially.
Yeah.
So
I mean this is no more egregious than Luke at me.
Yeah.
So far.
I'm a monk in training at the Timpool Temple, and I'll be your guide around town.
Timpool Temple. The Temple.
It's very nice to meet you. Hapakai.
Haparaki?
Yeah, Hapadaki.
Happy what now?
Hapadaki, that's how we greet people here at Kurain. It's like hello, or how do you do? It's a pretty handy expression to know.
The Timpool Temple.
Oh god. The entire temple just has a gigantic beanie on top.
Oh my god.
Knowledge is forbidden here. Only vibes are allowed.
For some reason, I was thinking that's the person that does like 10-hour video essays on weird video games.
No, that's Tim Rogers.
That's Tim Rogers.
Tim Pool is
Beanie Guy who's a grifter.
The Took man who is pathologically wrong.
Yeah.
He's incapable of getting any fact right.
He has brain ants.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Happy Rocky. My name is Phoenix Wright, and I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home anyway. Right now, I'm just a traveler, a stranger in a strange land.
Welcome to our country. Welcome to the kingdom of Kurain, land of spirit mediums and mystery. This is for you.
What is...
Celebrate your arrival.
Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly?
Allow me to explain.
It's all wasabi.
This is a famous Kurainese sweet bun. It's called a magatama, or soul bun.
Magatama, that's cute. I like that.
It's shaped like a magatama. It's so yummy it'll send your soul right to the Twilight Realm.
Fuck, you'll die. That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it. Thanks. I think I'll indulge later. Add it to evidence.
20 damas. Thank you for your service.
I have to pay? Oh, it's like the dudes that in like Times Square like trying to give you their mixtape.
Yeah.
Trying to get
or friendship bracelet.
Yeah.
I always have plenty of those on hand, so just let me know if you ever want more.
No wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed with all the tools of his trade.
Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya.
My daughter?
She can't come see you for a few days yet.
No! Yeah, when I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. I told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. Is he literally just here visiting his sister?
It's 100% the only reason he's here.
That's so sweet.
After so many years, her training is finally done, so she's able to visit people again.
Aww. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. Shrouded in mystery.
You are denied.
I am denied seeing my daughter. I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her aesthetic training with her. This is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay?
You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate with anything at all.
Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands.
Oh, shucks, she said that. That sure was nice of her. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit, too.
The little, like, chip tooth is such a good little addition to the character design, honestly.
Yeah.
It really makes it.
The animations and models are vastly improved in this game.
Yeah, they look way better. If there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. Huh. That girl worries too much. Well, I don't think so.
You sure came early to the party, Mr. Wright, sir. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks.
Ugh. I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her, too. Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first.
Ooh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. I'll show you all the best sights the country has to offer.
Would you say that you'd be my guide? Thanks. That would be great. I guess Albie takes his job very seriously.
Well, what are we waiting for? Those sights aren't going to see themselves.
Yikes, you don't have to shove.
First stop, Timpool Temple, right up there in the center of town.
God, it really is going to sound like Timpool every time, isn't it?
Look at his little snorts.
Yeah. Okay, this game is already endearing me to it, like, after playing Dual Destinies, where they tried so hard to just make them sprites.
Yeah. They're embracing 3D like a sad weeb who's finally come to terms with reality.
Yeah, who's come to terms with the fact that VTubers are the new anime.
Exactly.
Alright. Why does the Magatama look different?
It's inverted.
No, but I mean it's squiggly too.
Yeah, it's like a little spirit flame.
Oh, hi Val.
Hello.
Wow, it's even more impressive up close. What do you mean? What season are we on? What does that mean?
This is game 6, if that's what you're asking.
Or is Val saying because I said that VTubers is a new anime? Fall. Yeah, that's the one.
Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town, Timpool Temple. It was created by the founder of Kurainism, the Holy Mother herself.
I would say I think we're in season 2 of Bimbo Cat Food because I have had a full redesign.
Yeah. The time skip happened.
Yeah, the time skip happened. I became Bimbo, truly.
I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday.
Remember the people of this country were all adherents to Kurainism. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated.
Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with our ancestors' souls. And spirit mediums became queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother.
Cool. A spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about power and influence.
The main thing you'll want to see when you come to Timpool Temple is the Dance of Devotion rite. The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with a song of ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. The Dance of Devotion has the power to summon forth a soul from the Twilight Realm.
Oh, he's just going. Hold it, slow down. I can't remember all of that at once. Can we? I want to actually look at this.
Okay, do you want me to read it?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
So they're doing some Yuna shit, basically.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little overexcited.
Anyway, the main thing I got from all that is that you really, really love your country.
Well, that's sure true.
I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does.
Let's see. I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 damas for the tour fee.
Come on, kid!
Thank you for your patronage.
I guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship, too. You gotta respect it.
Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country too. We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother.
Really? An hour? Hope that counted as patience training.
And she seemed really interested too. Listened to my whole speech.
Aw. Huh. That doesn't sound like the Maya I know.
Miss Maya's so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kind of like a big sister to me.
This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. It's been like 9 years, buddy.
Oh no.
What's the matter?
Is it that time already? We have to hurry to the temple right away. But first, let me give you this lyrics card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about.
Flashbacks.
This is an English translation of the lyrics there, so give it a read too, okay? Let's go.
But why the big rush?
If we don't hurry, we're gonna miss the beginning of her benevolence's dance of devotion.
Her benevolence?
Those sparkles, those anime sparkly eyes.
I like this kid.
They really get into the anime tropes in this game.
Yeah. I like this kid. You gotta respect the hustle.
Exactly.
Huh. I wonder if this song is going to have anything to do with the game. Hello?
Your guy, you're under arrest for treason.
Yeah, let's just point like 6 guns at this 8-year-old kid. That's a reasonable thing to do.
Yeah, no, see, that actually comes up at some point. This country is kind of fashy.
Oh, okay. Man, I don't have... Oh, I don't have access to my court record yet because Phoenix is a tourist.
Yeah.
Right. Let me in! Why won't you let me in?
You're a foreigner. What business do you have with this court?
I told you, my friend is on trial in there. The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday, and arrested Albee on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albee, so I just had to come see his trial.
Trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want a picture for your scrapbook, take one of me and get out of here.
I'm not gonna take a picture of a fascist, thanks. Look, you've got it all wrong. Just great. Well, I guess there's only one thing I can do. Yeah. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner.
What?
I'm actually a lawyer. Back at home, anyway.
What? Lawyer? I can't. That's not possible.
What's he so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer entering the courtroom.
Wait, get back here, you.
He has a gun, Phoenix! So this is a Kurai's courtroom. Look at that fucking judge. Oh my god, wait, what? Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing here in court?
Okay, so there's 2 judges in this game, one in Kurai and one in Japanifornia.
Yeah.
Do you want to divvy them up, or do we want to have one person voice both of them?
Do you want to voice this judge, and I'll continue to voice the one in Japanifornia?
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay.
The divination seance has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused.
The what now? What? A verdict already? But the trial only just started.
Guilty. There's gotta be some kind of mistake. Please take another look.
Seances performed by Princess Rafa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities?
So this country fucking sucks, huh?
It's basically a theocracy.
Yeah.
A theocracy where, a specific special class of people hold all the power.
Cool.
It's actually, this game's actually really political.
Yeah, I'm noticing that immediately, and I'm down for it, actually.
What? I didn't...
I will take this pain.
No, but this is the same pain. This
Wait,
is my
that's
pain.
the same pain?
Yep.
What the fuck's he doing here?
You'll see.
Alright.
Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent to Cryanism, would dare doubt her insight? Non-believers are only met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. But I didn't do it. Your benevolence, allow me to explain, I beg of you.
Be silent, impudent whelp.
That's why you just took her.
No, yeah, of course I would.
Snatched her right up. Just snatched her right up.
Yep. Also, there's 4 characters in this courtroom that you were voicing.
That's fair.
There is no merit to be had in indulging the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul.
But...
What in the world is going on here? The judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance? What is Albie's attorney doing? Not existing. Wait a minute. Where is Albie's attorney?
Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong.
Foolish child. Doubting the divination seance is tantamount to doubting the Holy Mother herself. Your Majesty, as royal priestess and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you. Impose the highest penalty against his unclean soul. Wow, so you're gonna execute this child, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Cool vibes, great vibes.
As you command, show it shall be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor. Urdihara Kurain.
Wait, voice acting, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Objection!
Thank you, Phoenix.
What?
Hello. I am here now. God, his suit is super blue. Wait just one moment.
You're...
Ugh, me and my big mouth, and now what?
Mr. Wright? What are you doing here, sir?
Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right. Your Honor, it's too soon to give your verdict. The trial has only been underway for a few minutes.
Excuse me, who on earth are you?
Hello, Violet.
Oh, hello, V.
Thank you for dropping in.
Yeah. Well, An ordinary tourist, Your Honor, just passing through.
A tourist, are you? Happy.
But more importantly, where is this boy's defense attorney?
Defense attorney? Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney.
Yes, he does. Wait, what?
Well, of course you wouldn't be aware of being a foreigner and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the Kingdom of Courage. We leave it all up to her benevolence's sacred power of spirit communion.
You know what? That's fair enough.
Is
if you can see, like, obviously, you know, it's flawed because, you know, there has to be a video game. But
yeah,
if you were able to, you know, reach beyond the grave and see what killed someone, that would be pretty definitive evidence in almost every case.
I will say, this is what I've been saying the entire time we've been hanging out with Maya. It's like, if she could just channel the victim, this would be really easy.
Yeah.
What? But surely you see how unfair that is. What kind of insane court system are they running here? You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon? If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff? The bailiff is that big scary dude with the big scary gun, isn't he? I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir of your travels. At the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt. I don't like this lady.
Now, hold on, Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this.
I'll be.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and go see Miss Maya.
But...
Forget about me, you have to go now. I'm sure you can find another guide. There were lots more places I wanted to show you.
Well...
But it looks like I won't get a chance now. I'm sorry.
Well, Phoenix, you know what you have to do now, right? The poor kid. They're trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do? What are you talking about? I can't just let a verdict be handed down with nobody standing in Alby's corner. If Alby doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him.
Defend him? You can't be serious.
You know what? You're right, Needle. It is important to make the player commit to the decision. Yeah, you're right.
Defend me? Mr. Wright, what are you saying? You can't do that.
I most certainly can. Don't worry. I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you?
Mr. Wright.
What was the one thing that Maya said? It's that she was worried about him getting into trouble. And here he is, his fucking first day here.
You're but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further.
Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country.
Bailiff, throw this man out.
Hello?
Your Majesty, if you please.
Do you have something to say, Mr. Payne?
Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused?
Oh my god, is his ego gonna let this happen?
You'll see. There's a reason more than his ego that he's letting this happen.
Okay.
It could prove very interesting. Right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Right, Mr. Whoever you are. Oh yeah, he didn't meet him, did he? Did he?
No, he did. He fought him in court. He's just so forgettable.
Yeah, that was the first case of Dual Destinies.
Yeah.
Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler?
That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty. And yes, I am acquainted with him.
You're the Chief Prosecutor. You're the Chief Prosecutor?
He's a defense attorney for my native land.
Say what your native land is, bitch.
I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before.
Heavens to Betsy! What? Hello?
It's revealed later that she watches a lot of American TV,
Oh,
so she picks
okay.
up phrases from it.
All right, that's actually kind of cute.
It's really adorable. She's an incredible example of gap mode where she tries to act all regal and like stern, but she's like just a kid. She's just a kid at the end of the day.
That's actually really cute. Did you say this one? I don't think you did.
Oh, sorry. What, Mr. Wright? You're a defense attorney?
I like the look of this new courtroom.
A defense attorney? Wow, this is a shock.
You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. I guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here. This is a different Pain. This is a Pain that we saw at the start of Dual Destinies, who was a different Pain from Winston Pain. I don't know his fucking first name, actually.
Oh no.
It's Gaspin.
Gaspin Pain, that's right.
Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in the manner of my old country?
Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case.
Call it nostalgia, if you will, but I'm most eager to give it a try.
But I have a previous engagement, you see, a class together with a missus.
Marissa, that is our resident slime correspondent in the background.
Yeah, sorry. one of the figures fell from the shelf. Both its legs broke off.
Oh no! Your Majesty,
Right.
I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney in this courtroom. A score? As in 20 years? What's the deal with this country? Phoenix, come on! Mr. Payne, I want that barbed head brought to me on a stick.
As you wish, Your Benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself.
Very well, Mr. Payne. If that is what you and her benevolence want, I will acquiesce. As the defense, I hope you are prepared for every eventuality.
Raven? Every eventuality? What is he talking about?
Aaron, are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Payne. And sorry for not remembering you earlier.
That's Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I'm known in this country.
You are an incredible Payne.
And you'll see soon enough just why that is. When you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law.
Why is he so strangely confident? And not only that, but what's with the gallery? What? This is way more lawyer hate than even back home.
Now, if you would please give your opening argument once again, Mr. Payne.
Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from a treasure room in the Timpool Temple. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Pat Rowe, Temperature Security Guard, and the empty treasure box that housed the orb which Mr. Rowe was in charge of guarding.
Orb.
Corb on the orb. We believe that Mr. Rowe was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure.
To kill a guard armed with a gun. What a terrifyingly bold act.
That a child could definitely do.
I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and crime photo.
Why can I still not access my court record? Oh, because it has to give me a tutorial for that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we had any evidence presented in court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
We may rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations.
Well, that's good. Why? Otherwise, they'd be useless?
Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable.
Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. Thank you, Phoenix. I didn't know this. It's not like I've played 5 of your other games this year. That is kind of scant on details. Okay. So it's cerebral contusion from a head injury, which, yeah. What's this? What's this? What's this? You have gun. I see gun. This is a box that I assume had the orb. Why has his hand got blood on it? Hey, there's a lot weird going on here.
Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation.
Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown.
Is this treasure really such a valuable object?
How can you even ask such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the mitama, of the Holy Mother.
Her soul is sealed within the treasure? I think I'll take that with a grain of salt.
You don't believe it, do you?
Of course I believe it. Something tells me I'd better play along.
This kind of irreverence is exactly what I dislike defense attorneys so much.
Your Honor, Your Majesty?
What is it now?
This treasure, I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Could I see a photo of it or something?
All the outlandish requests. Your defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale.
He's been getting awfully angry with me. And are those veins popping out of his forehead?
It's forbidden for anyone outside the royal family to view the treasure itself. Did they say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly? That's why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright.
So how do we know it was even in there? I guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home, too.
For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence.
Alright.
What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people.
Alright. Is his hair connected to the hat? No, I don't think so. It's not a hat, it's a crown. What are you talking about?
Here, there's been a string of thefts lately of historical artifacts from the temple.
Cool. I love that.
Alright, Your Majesty. Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused.
Yeah? How do you know that?
So he used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure, is that it?
The accused family is by no means wealthy. To help with family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training.
Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. Now then, no more questions from the defense, I presume?
What? No, I do have questions.
Even more? But you just asked a bunch. I'll make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes.
What? He's still planning on going to that thing? There's still a lot I don't know about the case. I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see, what else do I need to know more about? The crime scene. Mr. Payne, where did the crime take place?
What? As I already stated, it was in the treasure room of the temple.
Oh, right. Okay, no, I had to ask something specific, actually.
These lying lawyers, I know that they lack morals, but memory too.
He apparently has all the brain power of a barnyard chicken, Your Majesty.
If only you knew how much I wrecked this dude.
Oh, that explains why he has a crest like a rooster.
No matter where I go in the world, the insults are always the same. Yeah, okay. The weapon. That's the only thing that we don't really know. Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon?
The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large bloodstain on it.
How utterly reprehensible using the sacred treasure box for murder.
The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box ready to abscond with the treasure. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. After walloping Mr. Roll in the head with a treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside.
I'm not sure I believe that. But the defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think he would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head.
Very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would more than make up for the difference in stature.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your title is obviously well earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there's anything else, I'm ready to announce my verdict. Very well, in that case, I find the accused...
Just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit?
Told you, I have plans to attend to, and... I'm late, it's already started. How did the time fly by so fast?
He's still stuck on that. We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. It's right? What right? You have no rights? Huh? Did I say something funny?
Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that?
What? What do you mean, what do I mean?
I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall.
And little wonder, a so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years.
Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyway, I demand we let the defendant or the accused tell his side of the story.
Is that really necessary?
Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty.
What harm could it do? I say we'll allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I don't have anything of relevance to say.
I hate this guy. Oh, how kind of you, Your Royal Painness.
Won't spell out the pun.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, as long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway.
In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand.
Oh, but before we do, I'd like to call my wife and apologize for missing that class. Any objections?
Go for it, Your Majesty. I almost feel like the different setting here is almost a way to reframe, the like prosecution rate in Japan. Like it feels like after 5 games of playing a defense attorney where you're basically winning every case, it feels like this is going back to the odds being stacked against the defense.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, okay. All right.
Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you will. I'll be your guide. I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide too. Why me? Now where were we?
Cross-examining the defendant, your majesty.
Right. Let's do that then. He's so much sassier than the normal judges.
I actually like him a lot.
The defense attorney's insistent, I might add.
He sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind.
Well, the defense had better get to it. Make it quick, if you please. The defense? Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer.
Well, I am, and I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be all right.
You tricked me.
What?
If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. Give me back that Magataman I gave you yesterday.
What the fuck, dude? Albie, what's gotten into you?
Don't talk to me. You disgust me.
Now even Albie's against me. But why?
This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client.
No, not really, actually. One of my clients was literally guilty of, like, orchestrating murders.
Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon. During the break between the morning and afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time. Oh, alright.
Ooh. Fancy.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's very cool that the presentation in this game varies depending on what country you're in.
Oh, I'm excited to see how Japanifornia looks. Is it the same as usual?
It's pretty similar to usual, yeah, but a bit
Oh.
shinier.
Okay.
I didn't kill Mr. Roll, and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen that treasure box with the green Kurenai's butterfly on it. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning my tour route. Were you acquainted with the victim? Yes. He used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other at the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training while he was a kid too, you know.
I bet Albie looked up to him.
But he had to give that up and go to work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard. But at least that way, he could still stay at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding his treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. And the victim's parents apparently both died relatively young. So Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well.
Oh no.
But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him.
It sounds like his circumstances in Albie's were very similar.
Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. He was always cheering on my training and my tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like him? Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. Defense, now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied?
Absolutely not.
If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion. Wow, it took me a few tries.
But, Your Majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet.
It wasn't the end of it. It's been so long I don't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about.
A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is. What fresh hell is this?
I really do wish to remember. I could remember how it works.
Should I give the judge a refresher on cross-examination? No. Thank you for giving me the option, though. I'd better save my breath. The judge doesn't exactly seem like a model student. Here's something to watch and see how it's done. Oh, wait, wasn't there an option somewhere that you said that I can... was it not in here?
Scroll down a bit. So consultation is on. Turn it off. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you, video game. This is a good video game, actually.
So now you'll get no hints.
I love it. God, looks so good.
Yeah.
Is that my health?
But even the health is different here.
It's not even a bar. This is actually better because the bar is somewhat meaningless because it is basically just this.
Yeah.
So
I mean, more clear communication of how much health you have left.
Oh, I also forgot that I have to turn that on. They don't know. It's not a return to pips. It's the first time they've done pips.
Well, no, they did pips in the very first game.
Did they?
Yeah, but you saw it as a bar in the HD version because they standardized it across all of them.
Oh,
but,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the first game had exclamation points, and then they did health bar for every game up until now, and then they returned to pips for this and in Greatest Attorney as well.
Huh. Alright, so I mean, I know he's lying here. Obviously. Can I look at... Yeah. I mean... Wait, is he lying, actually?
And how do you know the color, right? That's the only picture that was ever shown publicly.
Oh yeah, it's black and white.
Objection!
Oh, Albie, why would you lie to me? So you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box, is that right?
That's right. It's forbidden, so I'd never do that.
In that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it?
Huh? Because I saw the picture of it in that newspaper article.
Incorrect. Nope. Take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what the color of the butterfly is from these pictures. Hold on. His bag. Did it just move?
Okunka!
I beg your pardon? Gesundheit.
Okunka. It's a word in Koreanese that people use when they're surprised.
You just exposed a lie. So this is the power of cross-examination, is it?
I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding.
But, just a moment. If the accused was lying, that just makes him more suspicious than ever.
Ugh, and this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. What's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
Darn, I just can't seem to get him to open up to me.
So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, haven't you? Well, maybe I did take a peek one time, a long time ago, when I was cleaning the treasure room.
But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right?
Of course I wasn't. That's a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof.
He does?
This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident.
And what exactly is that supposed to prove?
The accused's fingerprints were found on the scroll.
What?
Oh no. Where is it? It's not here. I must have dropped it somewhere. Indeed, you must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim.
Great. No. Then that means Albie was there on the day of the incident?
So this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself.
Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty.
Oh, he predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. What is up with this country and lawyers?
You'll see. It actually does a pretty decent job of explaining it.
Huh.
No. Everything's gone all wrong. Shadow, what do I do?
As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever.
No, you're wrong.
Armed as we are with her benevolence's insight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt.
Then I guess I'll just have to poke holes in this insight of hers.
By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict.
Wait just one moment, Your Majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As the defense, I have the right to check it.
Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife.
I guess she really did give him the business.
Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance.
You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne?
Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance? And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy?
No, now.
I'm sure it'll make up for not getting to go to that class with your wife.
It certainly does sound worth seeing. And giving a juicy tidbit to tell the missus.
This fucking guy. I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit? Oh, that's gotta get fucking screen capped. That's a good line.
That's what Edgeworth says to him.
Well, forward interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again.
Yeah, this judge is a wife guy.
He is totally a wife guy.
But then right after the tearful begging, I really do have to get going.
The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when we're through.
How pitiful the defense looks, still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him.
Man, what is your deal right now? There she is, her benevolence.
Your benevolence, Raifa Padma Kurain. Thank you for coming all this way once again.
Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Barb-headed attorney. Yes? I am told you questioned the veracity of the sacred divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you. Nita, why are you asking if her name is Padme? It is clearly not Padme.
Her first name is Raifa, and her middle name is Padma, with an A.
Oh. Is it Raifa Padma?
You're right, Raifa Padma Kurain is her full name.
Oh. I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, Your Benevolence. Raifa Padma, that's not a pun name.
No, it's just a...
That's just a name.
It's just a Sanskrit name, I think.
All I want is a fair trial for Albie. You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality.
She just pulled the "Is it white man" card.
Yeah, totally. What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story?
How dare you speak your benevolence in that manner?
Man, Phoenix is gonna get executed live on stream. Yikes! Looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time. Great, cool. Silence, one and all. Is she standing up for me? Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion. Well, looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought. Attorneys are ghastly creatures with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over. Alright, I take that back. None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights. Rest assured he will soon see the error of his foolish ways.
No benevolence. The divination seance, if you will.
Certainly. Nana, my robe. Hello? Impa? Alright, cool.
Like they could finally have characters interacting with each other.
That's really good.
Holy Mother,
What
we
is
hold
happening?
this divination seance in
No,
your
shut up!
name.
Fuck you!
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped.
This voice is non-canon.
Oh, dance of
It doesn't sound like a
devotion.
14-year-old at all.
Not at all.
To me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Why'd they put voice acting in this game?
I don't know. They had a bigger budget, I guess.
Stop it, video game. You're not supposed to have that. No, Needle, this is not near music.
This fancy mocap they have access to now.
Yeah. This game actually had a budget.
Dual Destinies did really well financially, so I guess that gave them more resources for this one.
I hate that Dual Destinies sold well. That makes me so upset. 'Cause it's the worst one. So... the school scenario in Dual Destinies is like... it's not the worst case in the game. Is it?
What is the worst case in the game? I can't think of anything worse.
Yeah. What is... is this a new mechanic?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, that looks like he did the murder, huh?
They sure do.
What just happened? An image appeared in the pool.
A final message from the victim's soul. The last communication of his Mitama. Divination seance has revealed this to us.
Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communion to project the victim's memories of their last few moments before their demise.
So what we saw in the pool is what Mr. Roll actually experienced?
In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. That there has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it.
This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad.
Now, do you see why I'm the incredible pain?
More than I can express. But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them?
There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty?
Oh, yes.
Very satisfying indeed.
Now are you finally convinced, traveler? The accused is most assuredly guilty.
Am I really the only unbiased one here?
Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you.
The what?
You'll be free to slink back to your own country with a tail between your legs.
The what? The what? The Defense Culpability Act? What's that?
What? You mean you honestly don't know?
No? What's with all the hubbub? Well, well. Not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you'd better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him.
So I think I'd better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty.
What the fuck are you talking about?
In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he.
What? What kind of insane law is that?
Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney.
You know, gotta say, as far as fascist power grabs go, that's a pretty creative one.
Yeah, that is a very, very, very creative one. They've effectively made defense attorneys an oppressed class.
Yeah.
What
like,
the fuck?
If you want to give your law enforcement ultimate power, then just remove any chance of a fair trial.
Yeah. This place is kind of fucked.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like, people make fun of the DC Act a lot, but like I feel like it's a pretty realistic example of how fascism works.
Phoenix
like,
is a minority.
Like you have to undermine people's trust in the system. So if you convince them that the system is rigged and that, like, anyone who would help a criminal is a criminal themselves, then of course it makes them trust you, the state, entirely.
I gotta say, if people give it shit, have they heard of the dark age of the law? Have they heard of that? And how much worse that is? Just across the board? Like, nothing will compare from this point onward. That's as it should be. The history of our courts proves that. Attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated. Wow.
Yeah, it also,
okay.
that's right. It also adds tons of stakes to every trial.
Yeah.
Because it's not just your client that's on the line, it's Phoenix's life now as well.
Yeah. I've never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? There was an incident 7 years ago.
You fell right into my trap, Phoenix Wright.
What? Does he want Phoenix Wright to die?
Yeah, he wants to murder him.
What are you talking about?
Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the Seance and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge.
What are you talking? You're insane! You're actually a crazy person! So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie.
Chased out and humiliated back home, they brought me to the hotels of Kurain. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now. That's like, being chief prosecutor in a country where prosecutors can't lose is like...
It's like the
golden Tanuki
suit. Thing. Yeah. I mean, that's why he's wearing all gold.
It's so funny how much pride he takes in it, despite him winning by default in every case he takes.
Yeah, like fuck this guy.
Defense, know that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too.
That explains Albie's reaction earlier.
Your Majesty, isn't a precedent a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason. One should pay for such a crime with one's life.
Yes, I believe the death penalty might be appropriate for these circumstances.
The death penalty? No way! You're kidding, right, Your Majesty?
Like I'm kidding. I'll have you put your life and your dark tainted soul on the line.
Death? This can't be happening. The Courts of Resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land where my seances provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene, criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate.
Oh, forward, lawyer, I ask you once more. Are you sure you still want to defend the accused?
Ugh. Yeah? There's Maya to think of in all this too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? I hadn't even finished voicing it before I was like, yeah, no. Like what? Like what? Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? Yeah. Oh, they're actually referencing this?
Yeah.
Oh. To help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in. Oh, it's so cool that Phoenix actually gets to be a character in this game again, rather than just being player, character, lawyerman, and or a plot device.
Like, I actually appreciate that he has that moment of hesitation. It's like, if I die here, I don't get to see MIA again. Like, that's a very realistically selfish thing to think.
Yeah. But, obviously, because he's Phoenix, he's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Hell no.
His response is, it's just, what if I lose? It's just, I won't lose.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All I can do now is stand firm and fight.
Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor, for your life.
Objection!
I think the prosecution should get the fucking death penalty if they lose. Even if it means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act. I will defend Albie. Woo!
What? But, Mr. Wright...
Yo! This is a fucking bop, though. The defendant insists he's innocent. And not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination.
And if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me?
I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me, but I still believe in you and your innocence. Hell yeah. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it.
We're getting like case 5 monologues of the first case of the game.
Hell yeah. Barb-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes. Your benevolence. Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insides out. What does that mean?
There's her unique explanation.
It's good. I like it. Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm.
A wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. With this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads.
Wow! Alright, cool! Cool vibes! Great vibes! Love this gallery! Live death! Live death!
Live on stream. Live on stream.
The soul... oh. The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give their messages a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it. Oh? The accused swung whatever he was holding down to the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion? These are the victim's experiences just before his death. As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down? Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, Defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the Seance Vision? Yeah. I pointed them out. Come to think of it, I did see words, like Song of Ceremony and Incense. The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch. All is laid bare in the pool of souls. So what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appears in the vision as words, right? Precisely, and by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity. Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. Now, to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance's vision. Your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the seance vision again. Very well. Does she have to do the dance every time?
She does it in every case, but you can skip it, like, really easily.
Okay, incense. That's what he's smelling, obviously. He's hearing the Song of Ceremony and boy's voice. And then pain. But pain is not death. Wait a minute. Her benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? Ooh. First, I'll swipe my way to the insight that seems off. Right. Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. Now, let us carefully compare this insight with the Seance Vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll tap select. What are these flames? Are they like a timer of the scene?
Yeah, so you can shift between different parts easily without having to rewatch the entire thing every time.
I think this game is good. This is it. This is the part of the vision that contradicts the insight. Now I just select the sensation I think is inconsistent and then present it. Ooh, look at that little arrow. Cute.
Objection!
Wait just a moment. Yes? What is it, Barbed Head? You're saying the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right? That's right. What of it? Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the Song of Ceremony?
Oh my, you're absolutely right.
Is that all that troubles you? Huh? What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony.
That smug smile.
I love it so much. That's like that picture of the cat with people holding knives to it.
Yeah, Yamazaki making this game is like, you know what we haven't had in this series yet? A smug anime girl.
Yeah, I love it. Practice run? What are you talking about? Mr. Payne, if you would. Ugh.
Certainly. Allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between the morning and afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall.
Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement.
I see. So what the victim heard was that practice session.
Ugh. There goes my contradiction.
I think working at this temple will be worse than working at retail in terms of hearing the same song over and over
No
every day.
shit. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing.
I don't know, Mr. Penn. I admit one detail troubles me.
Ask away, your majesty.
It's a big temple. That performance hall and the treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room?
Wow, you're bringing this up and I didn't? He's right. It is a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne?
Your majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of the Timpool Temple, including the treasure room.
Oh, that's right.
Speakers? For what purpose?
Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They have to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple.
That's why the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony in the Seance Vision. It was the practice run going on at the performance hall heard over the speakers.
Sorry, it's lagging a bit. 1 second.
Oh no.
Thank you for your explanation, your benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me.
Think nothing of it.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insight for us?
Very well. Okay. I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all of her insights out after all. I'd better find another inconsistency, no matter how small. I mean, there is whatever he's holding, which is interesting, because we don't see what he's holding. It's a bit hard to focus on the insights with the Seance Vision going. I'll try using the pause button to temporarily stop the vision. Oh, cool. There, I paused the vision. I think I can tap the flashing panels to jump to different parts of the vision. I'll try moving the Mitama mark to the flashing red panel there. Okay, now that I know how to get around in Seance Visions, it's time to find inconsistencies between the insights and the vision. Alright. Cool. Do we have proof that this happened?
Well, we know something for sure.
We know there was pain.
But when did the pain come?
What? You're right. After. Like, after he was supposedly hit. Or blacked out. Yeah, it was after he closed his eyes.
Did he close his eyes?
Did the lights go off?
Either way, you're on the right track, so...
Should we maybe just do pain?
Yeah, just try pain.
Objection!
You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Of course, as anyone with eyes can see. Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. What? Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. Oh! Everything goes black, and then, only after that, the victim feels pain. Inconceivable! This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened. My word!
Okay, your benevolence. What is the meaning of this?
I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy.
If what the defense says is true, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply can't ignore.
Now, let's not be too hasty, Your Majesty. I think I can clear things up.
You have something to add, Mr. Payne?
Of
I
course
forgot
you
you were
do.
here.
I also forgot you were here. Hey, I'm gonna do this really quick just for safety.
Good idea. 1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear.
And that would be...
On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout in one part of the temple. And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must have been why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind.
Yeah, I totally believe you. Or rather, you knew all along, and they're only letting it slip now that it's convenient, Pain.
The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers.
Oh, there was a blackout there, was there? Well now, that explains everything, does it not? No, it doesn't.
What do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would.
The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head.
I see. That makes perfect sense, your benevolence.
So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, Your Benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone.
Really? Hey, I want to live long and prosper too. Enough applause. You flatter me.
Your benevolence, in light of this new information.
Yes, of course. I will alter my insight. No, one cannot assume this. So much for my inconsistency. At least I was able to draw out some new info. And with new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. Yeah, I know. Thank you for the very heavy tutorialization. Okay, so I need to go here. Because look, they're still going after the blackout.
Yeah.
Objection!
You're getting the hang of it real quick.
That doesn't seem right. This is way easier to grasp right away than the mood matrix was.
Yeah, it's a lot more intuitive.
Yep. Well, because this is basically just, it's basically a cross-examination just presented in a different way.
Yeah,
and the words on the screen are your evidence, basically.
Yeah, and you've got to kind of like cross-reference them instead of just finding a contradiction.
Yeah. I mean, it translates well into it works good. Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Phoenix, your phrasing, please. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible. You never know when to stop talking, do you? It is also much less tedious than the full video stuff, yeah. This is way better than, I don't know, just as a random example that I just came to mind for no reason. Turnabout Serenade. You know? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents of Koreanism.
Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one mind left to mind.
It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums. But maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking.
Ooh.
Whoa! What malarkey? Malarkey. Okay,
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden Jr. This isn't the court of resignation. This is the court of no malarkey.
I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the song of ceremony thanks to the temple speakers. But then, how do you explain how the victim could still hear the song of ceremony even after the power went out? Oh! This contradiction of facts can only mean that the song of ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers.
What? Impossible. What are you saying? That the song you heard was coming directly from the performance hall?
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation.
But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall.
Right. The song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless... You mean to say... Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else, somewhere closer to the performance hall.
What? You can't be serious.
There's a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined. What? No.
This is completely unprecedented. Inconsistency in her benevolence's insights. Unbelievable. We probably put so many people to death because of that.
I was gonna say... Heed not his forked tongue, your majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer, a feeble ruse from a feeble mind.
But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it.
But the defense's assertion is, in the end, meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we've seen at the moment of the murder.
Indeed. The accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand. I hate to admit it, but she's right. No, she's not! She's very clearly not! The Seance Vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albie.
I don't even the defense can drill an explanation as to why the accused had his hands over his head.
Well, this defense dares to dream of making it out of this nightmare alive.
What?
Woo. Whoa, Lila. Thanks for
beautiful.
Sub.
Thank you.
Thank you for subs, Lila.
Super generous.
I have not updated that sub alert. I should do that.
Subs.
You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find you are just wagging it.
That reminds me, it's a new month. I gotta do this again.
You gotta do what? You got a sub?
I got my monthly recurring one.
Oh yeah. Of course I can back up my claim. Just as soon as I think of something. We snaw?
You appear to be fully prepared, defense.
We snaw.
We snaw.
Why?
I don't know, I have to type something.
As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claim. As long as you're willing to stake your life on it.
I concur, your majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop, chop. Chop, chop?
Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop, chop.
Stop.
Well, Needle, I did grow up in Southern Ontario, so...
That's totally the same thing.
It's the exact same thing. Listen, there were people in my town who had Confederate flags in their truck. It might as well be the same thing.
You know what? Yeah. Fair. You didn't voice this one, by the way.
Oh, right. I hear that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure he won't miss one.
Yikes, these people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix, think. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have held his hands up like that? Aha! So that's why. The reason the defendant had his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. Gun. As in the Seance Vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday.
You did? Where did you see such a thing?
When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest.
Oh, are you saying...
The victim was a security guard and an armed one at that. The defense proposes that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie. And that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. Polkunka! She faints.
Yeah, very daintily.
She's dead.
Dainty fainty. Who would have thought the Seance Vision could be interpreted that way?
This is not possible. It can't be. Not bad for a total knockout. Who? Traitorous Snake Dirk? Who's that? No.
Getting lore set up.
Ooh. I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights? There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it.
That's right, your benevolence. I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for lèse-majesté.
What? Ugh. These people are definitely not my fans right now. What the fuck, people?
Peace, give me peace. I said peace.
Okay, that's weird.
That's what he says instead of order.
I hate that.
Now, everyone, please calm down.
Is he...
Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney a suitable punishment.
No, I don't think I will.
What?
What? But why not, your Majesty?
You were simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that.
But your Majesty, don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife.
We can't end the trial now, not when we've just learned new information about the case.
Well, what?
Your Majesty! Not you too! What the fuck? You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction?
It is shocking. In the 20+ years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency, and it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law.
You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer?
No, my faith is as strong as ever. But I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, your benevolence, I'm afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, royal priestess or not.
What? I'll have you know...
Your benevolence. Please acquiesce in this, your benevolence.
If looks could kill. I won't forget this offense, Barbed Head. I do not admit defeat. I won't.
Bailiff, please see her benevolence out.
Your Mitama will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there they'll plug the barbs right off your stupid head. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful. And I hope they throw you into like a burning fire. Yeah, and then I like her a lot, actually.
She's really good.
Yeah. I guess she's still just a teenager after all.
Also, shout out to this judge for being like the most reasonable person in this country.
This judge is quite good, actually.
Yeah.
And now then, defense. Mr. Wright, was it?
That's right, Your Majesty. Phoenix Wright.
Of course. Mr. Wright. My apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court.
I understand, Your Majesty. Whew. Maybe now we can finally run a real trial.
Arguments, Your Majesty? Very well. I accept your challenge.
Huh? What's with him?
Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just... it's too hilarious.
What's so funny, Mr. Payne?
The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him in his case instead.
What do you mean by that, prosecutor?
I told you, it's Chief Prosecutor.
I'm not calling you that. Yes, because that's the point to focus on right now.
The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused?
Oh.
Oh, indeed, because the accused is about to commit a theft. It's the only logical explanation.
What? That does sound pretty logical, actually.
It doesn't help the accused situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty.
Yes, I have to agree.
Allowing to spit all this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room.
Gah.
A hand truck removing heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that.
And after all that hard work to knock down those insights. Back into the old familiar corner once more.
Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal?
Ugh. I'm drawing a total blank here.
I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold.
I asked you a question, defense.
I've got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. But I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened?
You don't have to say anything, accused. Please stay quiet. Please stay quiet. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul.
Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry.
Why? Why won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end for both of us? Maya, I'm sorry. No!
always told me that they're bad people who help dirty criminals go free. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me. Would actually believe in me. Would risk his own life for me. I never even would have imagined it.
Albie!
So, that's why I lied. To try to save myself. But I'm not gonna lie anymore. If you believe me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm gonna believe in you too.
Hell yeah!
What?
Look at this man's sweat!
Allow me to explain.
Fuck yeah. This music is good, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good court themes in this game.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things.
To be honest, I went to the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box. Even though the temple told you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it. Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful, the way it glows in the dark, I couldn't help myself.
Wait, it glows in the dark?
That's right. It's covered with a special mineral called fluorinite that makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It really is a shame they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did?
If only he applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier. It glows in the dark. Alright, that's interesting.
The day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again. When I ran into Mr. Roll on the great stairs.
The treasure room stairs in the Seance Vision.
No, they were the great stairs that connect the hallway.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Shut up, Phoenix. Fuck you, bud. The vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was at the top of the stairs. Hate when that happens. And also,
the game's reading.
And also, I love it though.
The game's reading you too hard.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had a scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Just then the power went out. So I took that chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life, even now when I think back on it. All I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. It must have been when I dropped the notice scroll.
Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs? What's the victim's name? Pat Roll.
You get it?
Patrol.
Do you get it?
Because he's a guard. Yeah,
Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I think I do. Are there any other... No,
I
it's just...
don't know if you get it.
I got it. It's patrol. Like, he's a guard and he patrols.
So you get it.
I get it.
Okay, you get it.
It's... Alright. What is it, Albie?
I have no idea why, but... He asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me. A grand speech. One that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief.
What? But that might have just been the victim's misunderstanding.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had good reason to be suspicious of the accused.
Why does every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating?
Shadow, what do I do, Shadow? And what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hand? In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed the treasure box had been stolen. And then, just after that...
Why?
He ran into the accused. I'll be your guide.
Why would Albie be coming back here with the treasure box if he's trying to steal it?
Oh, that's not what happened. Therefore, he went and stole the treasure box and killed the victim. Doing none other than the accused.
What? Doggo?
Puppy.
Puppo?
Buppy.
There's a puppy? What now? It's a puppy! He's so cute.
Love Buppy.
Buppy.
Hey, Shadow Down Boy.
Still be digital.
Well, what do we have here? I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow.
Shadolby.
You nearly gave me a heart attack.
So that's what was making his bag move.
And you can't you quiet that yappy mutt down. Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake.
You could understand him?
Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense.
Listen, hey man, you have no idea how wild shit has gotten.
I beg your pardon. You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you?
I would never. Of course not, Your Majesty. Not this time, anyway.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there.
I think I'd better reassess my strategy, and fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim, or were sunk. While it's true that the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, it doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at that time.
If you're going that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready.
Exactly. I mean, who but the accused, standing front and center, could have done it?
Someone standing behind?
Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture.
Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think up something convincing. But from here...
Take that!
With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind?
Say, I see. Yes, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Good. Now at least I have some breathing room.
But who do you suppose it could have been?
Oh, the true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder.
True culprit? I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that.
I should have known I'd have to explain everything. Alright, if we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. But then Mr. Roll appeared making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the other end of the hallway.
You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it. You have nothing but baseless conjecture.
I'm going to look for something to base it on right now.
I assure you it's quite based.
It is quite based. Albie? When you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around the storeroom area?
No. There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the end of that hallway.
I see. Swing and a miss. Oh, Papa?
Oh, Shadow says that someone was there.
I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony is inadmissible. You think this is a joke? Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person. But that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway.
Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink.
What are you talking about?
Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were in that hallway at the time of the incident.
How can you continue to make that assertion?
As there was a witness, a very reliable eyewitness.
What?
Your magistrate, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand.
Calling an eyewitness to the stand, It's been decades since that happened.
And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved.
That was a low blow. Yeah, Needle, I was literally gonna say, like, oh, this is the murderer then?
Very well, I'll allow it. And now for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand.
Oh, hello, the murderer. Hey, it's Maximilian, dude.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What the fuck? Wait, hold on. What the fuck? Peace loving, and
On the stand-in.
the stand-in.
Peace, love, and understanding.
Peace, love, and understanding.
Peace, love, and understanding.
I hate this man's name. It sucks. I guess I'll voice him?
Okay.
Because, like, you're already voicing Albie and the judge.
Dolby.
I don't even know what I'm gonna I can't do fucking Max's voice. Peace, love, and understanding's the name. I'm like, Temple's head monk. Can you dig?
Yeah, good impression.
That's not me doing an impression of Max, I promise.
Well, it sounds like it.
Oh, does it?
So to hammer home how obvious this guy is, like this guy is the criminal, his Japanese name literally translates to suddenly striking.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's really on the nose.
Yeah.
And it's not even like his name in the Japanese version also isn't a name, it's just the words suddenly striking.
Ugh. This fucking game with its names.
Yeah.
Oh, it is an instructor understanding. You're the eyewitness?
Instructor.
Not only is Mr. Understanding Timpool Temple's head monk, but he's also a renowned Damalan expert.
Sorry to have to ask, but what's a Damalan? This dude shreds.
These animations.
Yeah. Check it. Here she is, my sweet What am I doing now? I was going to Clavier, wasn't I?
A little bit. You saw the word serenade to give you flashbacks.
Yeah. Here she is, my sweet serenader. My one and only. Groovy, right? But you heard our sultry sounds once before, brother.
You don't have to voice these because he's singing them.
No, yeah. Is that supposed to be the voice acting?
They just, I guess they didn't want to dub it for everything, so they just make the beeps actually melodic instead of being
Yeah.
consistent.
That's the song from the Dance of Devotion. Right on, brother. A song of ceremony. Yeah, this guy looks like a fucking cult leader. Playing this tune together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig? The Song of Ceremony, the song that was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother, may the righteous sounds of my Demalin serve as my offering to you.
Grand performance as always.
This is my thing, you know, my bag. I make instruments speak, baby. Alright, man, chill out. By the by, Magistrate Pops. No Demalin class today?
No, I'm afraid this trial's gone into overtime. Thanks to this lawyer over there.
The class the judge wanted to attend was a Demalin lesson? Well, you know what they say, baby. Never trust the lawyer, man. But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Understanding. As the treasure's keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen.
Yeah, man. That was not cool. Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Understanding. That's right, brother. This here is the one and only treasure box key. Oh, so you have the one and only key, huh? Now to keep it on me at all times, can you dig? But the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man. So that's the key to the treasure box, is it? You know it, baby. It's called the Magatama key, and it's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk at Timpool Temple. The Magatama key, huh? And now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever gonna face Her Holiness again?
I just want to point out, this dude has more unique animations than the main characters of the last game.
Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely he do. Oh, Holy
This
Mother,
is-
please find it in your infinite mercy to forgive me.
This character is just the animation and flexing. Like, yeah, we have a bigger budget now. Expect every character to be like this.
Yeah, that's exciting. That makes me excited. Please guide this lost and humble lamb. Why do I always get the far out ones?
Mr. Understanding, you witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room.
You know it, baby. Best believe I scoped that tiny transgressor.
Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw?
To bring justice against the transgressor, man? Yes, of course. I'll do all I can. In the name of Her Holiness, I will vow to sing. Naught but the truth, I swear to bring. Hit me. Alright, chill out, man. I
This
hate
guy's testimony.
your vibe.
His testimony theme was actually so good. Like, just listen to this.
Oh, yo, that's good. He's singing it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm not voicing it.
Give it after it's finished playing a line. Just give it a second because it goes into like a sick riff.
Yeah. Wait, is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can just give let it sit for a second after you're done reading the line.
Okay. Any small footsteps I can quite clearly hear, if anyone to the treasure room goes near.
I just love this backing track, like that part in particular. It's so good.
It's very good. Albie was the only one. Albie was the only one. Before the blackout, one other than Roll. Only Albie to the treasure room did stroll. Alright. Cool, cool.
Very good.
Tell me I was hallucinating just now. Like, can you believe Mr. Roll bit the big one after that? Harsh, man.
I share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Mr. Understanding?
What? You found the body as well? He really is a key witness, then. That's right, brother. After the blackout, I went to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. The circuit box is near my chambers, so I'm always the man for the job, you feel me? Oh, hey, the breaker's right there, huh? That's interesting.
Breakers are on the first floor hallway in the front of the storeroom.
That's interesting. On the way, I gotta have something funky. Blood, man. Really harsh to my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung by the treasure room to see what's what. And it was like, whoa, man. There was poor Mr. Roll, dead as a doornail.
The interval between the end of the Dance of Devotion and the blackout. The only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Mr. Understanding's unassailable account is what led to the accused's arrest. Hold
it! Isn't it possible that the murder took place before the end of the Dance of Devotion?
I'm afraid that's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall up until the very end of the dance.
He was.
Would you like some proof? How's this? A photo taken by a tourist of the morning Dance of Devotion.
Right, what graceful dancing. I can almost hear the sound of Mr. Understanding's Dumbledore now.
Payne's right. There's Mr. Roll on duty.
Never underestimate the incredible Payne.
Ugh. So in addition to Rafer's insights, he had backup evidence lined up too, huh? As head monk, my monks in training are like my own kids, like family. Can you dig it? I should have taught Albie better, man. Before Her Holiness, the Holy Mother, oh Albie, confess your sins, my young brother.
Head monk Understanding, I didn't kill Mr. Roll, so I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother.
What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak, like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling me? Spare the rod, hey baby. Spoil a child, not maybe. Hey, man. This guy gives me huge youth pastor vibes.
Yeah.
I hate him.
I love how that pose frames the key perfectly as well.
Yeah, it's really good. Her Holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. I don't suppose she can forgive him in this realm first.
Defense, please begin your cross-examination.
Alright, Mr. Judge, sir. Alright. One other than roll, only Albie to the treasure room did stroll.
So no obvious contradictions. You know what that means.
Yeah. The thing I always love.
I mean, you can start with the most suspicious stuff. You don't have to start from the beginning if you don't want to.
I am. I have a question. Lay it on me, man.
How dare you interrupt the performance of the great Peace, Love, and Understanding? I was really enjoying that.
Sorry, but, you know, there's something about that name I can't put my finger on.
What's so funny about Peace, Love, and Understanding?
There it is. There's the joke. The entire reason I named him that for that one line.
Damn it! You had a question for me, brother? You were playing something during the Dance of Devotion, weren't you? You know it, baby. I was playing my beautiful girl right here, this Demalin. And offering to her Holiness to play the music, and the singers sing the song of ceremony.
Mr. Understanding's playing is the best in the kingdom. It must please Her Holiness greatly. Now then, could you continue with your testimony, Mr. Understanding?
Okay. You didn't have to turn that into a verse, man. Your chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room. I mean, we don't actually have like a proper map, huh?
Yeah, if you bring that up, you can see his chamber in the treasure room.
That's not on the way to the treasure room. Wait. No, okay, no wait. I was thinking of wait. Why did he go there? Oh, I see. But okay, so okay, wait, this doesn't make sense. So his room's here. This is where he says he was, right?
Yeah.
And then somehow he got past Albie and Roll.
No, he's saying that he went down after Roll had already been murdered and moved into the treasure room.
Oh.
The body was found in the treasure room, so it was definitely moved there at some point.
That's true.
Hold it!
How can you be so sure that nobody else was there? Whoa, man. You lawyers are as uptight as they say. Isn't it possible that someone else could have snuck past? The answer, my friend, is squeaky wooden floorboards, baby. They make such a racket, not even the quietest cat could sneak by me, you dig?
That makes sense. And all of that just now is simply more of the attorney's unfounded suspicions, I see.
That's the truth, baby. It's all that I sing. The truth is all. It's everything. Shut up.
Words of wisdom, words of truth. Baby tooth, forsooth, phone booth. Much thanks to Mr. Understandin'. Let's bring an end to the defense grandstandin'.
You're not stopping me until my client goes free. Wait a minute. Why am I singing? Right on. Even the lawyer's joining in, baby. Everybody's starting to feel the groovy vibe of my far-out rhythm. Yeah. Wait, why did...
How many drugs do you think this guy takes?
All of them?
Every drug.
Every single one of them?
He's like, I'm high on peyote right now.
Hold it!
Could you please point out one more time where your chamber is located? Yeah, man, no sweat. My chamber's on the way from the performance hall to the treasure room. So anyone going to the treasure room would have to pass by Understandin's chamber. God. Shut up.
Hold it!
Even from inside your chamber, you can still hear what's going on inside? Outside? Timpool Temple is a groovy old building built from Mother Nature's finest. You can hear a pin drop through the wooden walls, you dig? In an old building like that, I guess the walls must be pretty thin.
And that's how Mr. Understanding could know the culprit's movements. It's all thanks to the Holy Mother's divine protection.
Right on, my man. I dedicate this testimony to Her Holiness. Alright.
Hold it!
How could you tell it was Albie just from the sound of some footsteps? Albie is practically family, man. The smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick out. But how do you know he went to the treasure room? Didn't you think it was possible he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall? No way, man. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. You saw him. In the treasure room, this you can believe. My papers peeped the sneaky sneak Albie.
Tell us where it is you stood when you saw the accused, if you would.
When I heard the footsteps, I looked out the window. What? From my window, I can see the window of the first floor court, a hallway across the courtyard, you dig? And through that window, I saw Albie walking to the treasure room. Should I have him add this statement to his testimony? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's all we
You
have.
should check
really.
your evidence again.
Should I? He saw Albie through the... So... Oh, these are windows then.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that he could see that. Oh, but if the murder happened there, that's not where the murder happened, though.
Just check over all your evidence. Make sure you look at it in detail.
Oh. Yeah, that would be the one, huh?
I didn't want to say it, but I was like, you haven't looked at it yet, but I don't know how to say look at it.
I hadn't looked at that yet.
Objection!
There's something off about that, Mr. Understanding. My music is off? I'm sure you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't top of the charts where you're from. What's your poison? Orchestra, jazz, soul? There's nothing wrong with my ears, witness, but something's not quite right with your eyes. Mr. Understanding, you've been lying to this court. Now, why would I lie? I got nothing to hide. Truth and truth alone is all I sing. Lying, y'all? Nah, lying ain't my thing. I contend otherwise. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Understanding? It's a temple notice, man. What of it? In this notice, the following instruction to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. What you talking about, Phoenix?
Perfect.
I'm talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone going into the treasure room through those shutters. Gah! Looks like you didn't get the memo. No way, I don't believe it, man. If you don't believe it, why don't you read the notice for yourself? Let's see. Something will... Something for... Something. This man can't read? Is that your idea of reading? I'm not so hot on reading Chinese, man. I usually get one of the other monks to read stuff for me, you know? Doesn't that make your duties as head monk a little difficult? Hey, give me some slack, man. I only moved to this country 6 months ago. That's quite recent, isn't it? So, how did someone who's only been here 6 months become head monk of a temple?
Now he has to have different face paint on before he can be Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, see, he has to have much different face paint on. Much darker face paint.
Much different face paint. How little you understand. Religious faith can be measured in months or years. I've only been an adherent of Koreanism for 3 months myself. The Holy Mother's teaching really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country.
Or was it the fact that there are no lawyers here that spoke to you, hmm?
Yeah, like he moved in and was appointed like head monk of the state religion.
That's fucked
that's
up.
That's how power structures work.
Jesus Christ.
If you're useful to the state, then they're gonna do whatever they can to give you a position of power.
Yeah. This place is real fashy, huh? Mr. Payne, I know just how you feel, my man. Her Holiness's teachings spoke to me too. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Dumber. Well, I know why Payne suddenly became a believer in Koreanism. But could Understanding have had an ulterior motive for becoming a believer too? Mr. Understanding, were you really in your chamber as you claim? What? Hey, be chill, brother. Weren't you instead somewhere else?
Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you spouting now?
According to Mr. Understanding's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest he could have seen Albie from somewhere else?
Well,
Do you have a theory, Defense? Do you know where Mr. Understanding was, if not in his chamber?
If he wasn't in his room, then... If Albie had gone down the hallway towards the treasure room, there are only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness did see Albie going towards the treasure room. What then? The defense proposes that this is the only place he could have been to see Albie go down that hall. Right here?
yep.
There, but you just suggested earlier. That's where the true culprit might have been.
True, but no matter how I look at it, this is the only place Understanding could have been.
Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Mr. Understanding of being the true culprit in this case?
Yes. Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer. Phoenix is winning all the popularity contests today.
Imagine going to the Vatican and just being like, it was the Pope. He did it.
The Pope killed that guy. Fucked up.
How dare you be so disrespectful? First you criticize her benevolence as insights. Now you accuse the head monk of murder.
This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was there, he could have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room.
That's nothing but groundless conjecture.
And there's one more thing. Do you remember what was said in the opening argument?
The opening argument?
During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure.
That's right. And what of it?
Well, why don't we try this twist on for size? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get a hold of the treasure.
What?
You joshing me, man? The key to the treasure box has been passed down from head monk to head monk.
I love how they pull out like literally every piece of dude bro slang they can for this character.
Yeah, it's really good. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure?
You can't possibly be serious.
Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Understanding's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure?
The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to this court, so clearly he isn't above lying. Ugh. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that naught but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question. Take damage now.
This is ridiculous. Are there no limits to what this lawyer will say? I mean, lie is a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake.
Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. You're just embarrassing yourself, man.
What?
What was that, Mr. Understanding?
Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You called my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother. And nobody... What? I didn't get to read that.
Just give it?
I think so. Uh-oh. Are you serious right now?
What on earth? That music, it's making my ears bleed.
And nobody... Oh, yeah, he just said basically what you would expect. So he's a real rocker, huh?
Yeah, he's a heavy metal rocker.
Oh!
Yeah, it's like distortion.
Yeah! This is the music of my soul! Yo, hell yeah? Yo, hell yeah! What a fucking bop.
Sounds like a freaking Mega Man X stage theme.
It does! Damn. And now for something completely different. That plinkety plunk music just wouldn't let me express my rage. Your rage, huh? Isn't the real source of your anger having your lie exposed? You just don't get it. If I lied, it's because you drove me to it. All sniffing around at suspicions and throwing out false accusations. Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. Keep making noise enough to use my partner here on you. I'm the one making noise? Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do ya? Fine. Let's see you try. Alright. Savage, right? Sweating bullets, ain't ya? The screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this peanut gallery. Did he really just win the court over with that performance?
I was won over. I was in court something to the heavy metal concert.
Yeah, I'd be alright with that.
I started going nuts.
Yo, geezer, I got something to testify. Get ready for the howling of my soul. I call this chart topper soul screaming truth. Alright. You should have been able to see something, though.
What is that music? I've never heard anything like it. And it's so fast, it's making my head spin.
Okay, dude. Hey, yo, geezer, how are those ears ringing? I don't know much about music, but I've got chills and they're multiplying. You scared, lawyer man? Run away as fast as you can.
A wonderful rhythm. The appropriate accompaniment for further deliberations. Now, Mr. Understanding, what did you go to the music storeroom for?
Hey, I went to put my Demalin away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest of the plane in the right. But then why did you lie before? Because you'd send me to hell. Huh? We all know about lawyers and their lying, lawyerly ways. Am I right, people? If I admitted I went to the store, I mean, have drummed up a false charge on me. I didn't want to get sent to hell. What do you say? Now I see why the Defense Culpability Act was passed. You feel me, Kurine? Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial? Now, are you punks ready to rock or what? I can't hear you. I said, you ready to teach this lying lawyer how we do things around here? Fuck. Alright. Then I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The screaming truth of my soul. Okay. Out with the power, attack at midnight, blacker than blackest night, robbing all sight. All sight. Which is
you can press on them before you do anything.
Where were you when the power outage occurred? Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune. Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at the time? The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway? You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him. Lawyer Man just as always so full of bull. Spewing noxious lies and pulling the wool. Filthy liar through and through, and I ain't never ever gonna forgive you.
Like they time the chirps so perfectly to go with the music. It's great.
It's really good. It's really
That's your
cute.
lies with no evidence. As always, his claims are just tenuous. That doesn't rhyme, Peen.
That doesn't
You
rhyme,
suck.
asshole. Hey, nice prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Someone stop their jam session, please. I only understood about half of what this guy's saying. I suppose I should press the statements, but I'm not really looking forward to it. Oh. But like, this is clearly baloney.
Press the very first one.
You say you went to the music storeroom. But how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead? And on what grounds would you base that accusation? Got anything to show for it? He's right, I don't really have any proof. And yet... well, you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either. You stole the treasure and were ready to make your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. So you panicked and ran to the music storeroom, isn't that right? Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stares from every direction? This silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. So we needed a moment of silence to bid this lawyer's baseless claim goodbye. Alright. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country? I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess's dance, I went to the music storeroom.
You've made your assertions clear, defense, but your argument is rather unsubstantiated.
That's not good. What's so funny, peace-loving understanding?
You can't use the joke over and over again.
Yeah, no shit. Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under cover of darkness.
You're forgetting one very important thing.
Huh?
It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design.
Oh, that's right. I did forget about that.
You skipped my line there by accident.
He said the same thing Phoenix did.
Oh. It's not like the witness planned the outage so that he could take advantage of the darkness. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him.
You're right. Even I would notice someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that?
What can I say about that?
Mr. Wright, your complaint is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen.
Well, maybe not magically, but... Wait, that's it! I contend the witness could have made the power outage happen, with no magic necessary.
What?
The breaker box is literally right fucking there.
You have a theory, Defense?
All he had to do was make use of something shown on this diagram. The fucking breaker. Duh. It's right there. The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is on the storeroom end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say? Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man. And why not? You're saying to turn the breaker off and then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch black darkness with no source of light whatsoever. That what you're saying? With the lights off, the hallway is blacker than 100 midnights. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How could anyone commit murder like that? Unless there was someone standing right in front of the victim, like the accused. I hate when he's right. But I can't just let his point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide.
Guide through the darkness.
Something. That's more than a little vague, wouldn't you say?
You ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked hunch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard, really make him feel it, you hear me? Just like my verse, baby. Woo!
Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, Defense.
Uh-oh, what do I do? Yeah. Yes, I can! Because there has to be something.
Alright, let's see what you have, Defense. What could the victim have been holding that served as a guide through the darkness?
I believe the victim was holding the treasure box.
Huh?
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 Have you gone mad?
Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as a sort of beacon.
Well, I guess you're right.
But why in the world would the victim be...
Holding... Oh, sorry.
Why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box?
Oh, well, because your guess is as good as mine. Man, the gallery is fucked up. Is there no way to win them over?
Defense. Are we going to be needing those tongue shears after all?
No, your majesty. Yeah, man, do it, do it. Then we can jam out to this lawyer's shrieks of pain. Okay. I, guess I'd better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box, it can easily be explained as thus. Brain, don't fail me now. What reason could the victim possibly have to be holding that treasure box? He was gonna steal it. Right?
Like for no swiping.
Because his family was poor, and he's the only one that's able to make any income to support his family.
Yeah.
And being paid as a security guard isn't enough.
What about my family, Lee?
Yeah. It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon, but I think it might just be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down.
Hello, Defense, are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised.
Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief?
The victim?
The thief?
What kind of bully is spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy's off his rocker. If the victim was the thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. But then he ran into Albie on the Great Stairs. That's why Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then, when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark, and how it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him. Cool vibe. I dig it.
Do you have any idea what you're saying?
You're an unbelievable lawyer, man. I think you've lost it. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Roll trying to roll the temple? That devout believer, that pious Koreanist?
Or tell you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up your claim.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Really? In that case, can we assume you have proof?
Uh-oh, proof, huh? Do I have any proof? But I can't back down now. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence.
Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it.
Footprints, fingerprints, I'll take anything at this point. I need proof. Something that would have been involved with the theft. And that might still have some trace evidence left on it. The box? Or the gun?
Look at the box.
You opened the box.
I came.
The defense would like to re-examine the treasure box. There might be trace evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it.
Might. You better hope you turn up something more definitive than that, defense.
Yes, sir, Your Majesty.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box.
We get to see it.
Right next to Phoenix.
Cool.
There you are, defense. You're free to examine it.
If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's a little matter of the old tongue shears. I have to find something. I just have to. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I got it. I gotcha. Oh, I'm not looking for fingerprints, huh? This is the lock. It was forced open. I don't really see anything else of note about it. The blood is on the inside of the lid. That's weird, right?
Yeah.
The lid of the box was forced open. But while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid, too. Oh, no, that's not the lid. That's just... Hey! What? You son of a... You locked it! So? What's the big deal? I thought you can open it with that key you're wearing. Yeah, I can. No sweat. Then why is there a bucket load dripping off of you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole?
Well, this is the Magatama key. So wouldn't it go in the hole above the Makatama mark?
Huh. Weird. Huh? It won't open. Would you look at that? The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? Because I'm not so sure about that. Huh. In any case, I better take another good look. I have to find proof that the victim was holding this box. Proof that the victim was holding the oh, look at that. That's something pretty substantial, isn't it?
Sure is.
This bloodstain! It shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what I've been looking for? Your Magistrate, take a look at this. There's a bloodstain here that outlines the shape of a hand.
Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right.
Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe that bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box.
What?
Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box.
Your Majesty, don't let your talk be taken in. It's more his lawyerly deceit. What do you mean?
Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline was that of the victim's hand?
What? I should have seen this coming.
Either show proof, or be prepared to meet with the Shears. Or you can save us all the time and bite your tongue now and submit it instead.
That I did not see coming.
Friends, how about it? Do you have proof of the outlines of the victim's hand?
Where would the proof of something like that even be?
Please submit your evidence at this time. What evidence shows the outline of the treasure box is that of the victim's hand?
This. I'm glad I noticed these things ahead of time so I never have to spend the time actually thinking about them.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens I have the proof you require.
You do?
It's right here in this crime photo.
It is? Where? Defense, please point it out.
What proves that the bloodstain outline on the box is that of the victim's hand, you ask? This, baby. Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood. It's blood.
What?
If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline...
You think the blood in his hand would complete the splatter?
Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if I do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct.
Then the victim really was holding the box.
I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box.
You can't be serious.
Oh, this track is good.
Yeah, this is the pursuit theme.
Oh, it's so good.
I protest. There's no way they would ever match up. I assert that it's patently impossible for... Ow!
Talk about tongue karma. Sounds like you just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court?
Why, you...
I can hardly believe it. Apparently not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff.
Of course not, your majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. Except when it does. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future too, if you wouldn't mind. For weird sex stuff.
With my boyfriend.
He never has to know it really was a bluff.
No, not Mr. Roll. I can't believe it.
I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed the money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them.
Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll would say to me.
Yeah. Yeah. He was probably warning you not to end up a thief.
Mr. Roll. Now wait just 1 minute. If the victim was the thief and he was holding the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed. Oh, that's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense now, does it?
If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else.
The real murder weapon? Was something else?
The blood was thought to have gone on the box when the blood was used as when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood splattered onto the treasure box the victim was holding. When he was struck with the real weapon, that's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Understanding? Are you insinuating I'm the one who used this real weapon? Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding? God damn it. This game. You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. Uh-huh. Looking for a weapon that just doesn't exist. Pathetic lawyer man drop into the abyss. Despicable lawyer man, yo, you make me sick. You can disappear just like a magic trick. Worthless lawyer man done in by a weapon. For you miserable wretch, hell doth beckon. Yeah! None of that rhymed. That was all half rhymes.
To remind you, Defense, that your life is on the line.
I know, your majesty.
Yet you're prepared to risk it with this mere idea of a real murder weapon?
Alright, I didn't ask for your opinion. This is it, the moment of truth. I can't back down, not now. Yes, your majesty, I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist.
That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see if you can back it up. Show us a piece of evidence that proves that this is a real murder weapon.
Gladly. If I knew which one it was. What would somebody like understanding use to bludgeon someone? Oh, I wonder.
Now then, Defense, please submit your evidence to the court.
Yeah, let's see it, lawyer man. Let's see this thing that shows us the real murder weapon you say I used. I haven't used this yet.
What do you notice about this photo?
That's a different Demalin.
Yeah.
What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. But this thin thread is all I've got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion.
Photo? How's it going to help you, Mr. Wright?
There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Oh yeah? And what's this something, This thing here is odd, to say the least. Yeah.
Take that!
Mr. Understanding, why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo?
Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes.
I believe you said your Demalin was your one and only?
Well, Mr. Understanding, what do you have to say to that?
I have nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition.
Yeah.
What the fuck? No doubt that you used it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death.
So silly, I love it.
It's so stupid. Well, partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought her sister along, that's all. Not a big deal, lawyer man. In that case, please submit your old Demalin to this court as evidence. Too bad, you're too late. I got rid of her yesterday. You what? Burned it up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes, baby. Haha. No! He's already destroyed the evidence? I see more trash right here in this court that needs to burn in the fires of hell. Lawyer trash. Ugh. Now there's no proof to show. Oh, come on, that was pathetic. Your agony can sound better than that. Where's that great scream of yours? This can't be how it ends.
I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion.
But your magistrate, that's only because the witness destroyed it.
Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of our profession.
Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Understanding is the murderer is no more than conjecture.
I keep forgetting I'm voicing the judge every time the line comes up.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a brain delay with the judge.
There absolutely is, yeah.
He takes a second to load, is what happens. Oh.
There's the pain expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting.
What is it now?
You accused Mr. Understanding of being a thief. But the real thief turned out to be the victim.
Uh-oh.
And with that, Mr. Understanding's purported motive for murder goes out the window.
Ah!
I mean, not really. If he was after a certain thing and he saw someone else had the thing, then
He would kill them to steal it back.
yeah. He would say, I want the thing, and he would get the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Great point, prosecutor. You tell him. If I'd been there, I would just call it roll and got the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now, was there? There's no good counter-argument to that.
Sounds to me like Mr. Understanding has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I may think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case.
Not good, not good.
Events, I trust you understand what you yourself will receive for taking on this case.
God. Ugh. What do I do? The murder weapon's been destroyed and now I've got no motive. Poor Albie will be convicted and I'll lose my life too.
It's alright, you wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with lèse majesté in addition to the crime of abetting the accused.
Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting in the Twilight Realm. This guy is guilty as sin, I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll, but what? Come on, people, let me hear you scream and shout. Tell me to take this lawyer trash out. The thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what Understanding's motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of a situation would give him a motive. We know that Mr. Roll was the thief, and that he had gotten his hands on the box. So then why in the world did he ask Albie that question? What about the treasure box would have prompted him to... Oh!
Yes, what's gotten into you?
Now I get it. Now it all makes sense. Like, Pulkunka, man. What you trying to say? Muttering and squealing to yourself sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. Your Majesty, please hold off on your ruling for just a little while longer.
Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now.
No, Your Majesty, that's not it. It's just that I realized something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time.
Misconception, you say?
That's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. But could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out.
Very well, let's hear what you have to say.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, this is more of his nonsense. He's just stalling for time.
This is your last chance, Defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense. No amount of begging will stay my hand, do you understand?
Yes, Your Majesty.
We all know this is just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs.
Now then, Defense. What is this misconception that you mentioned?
The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was that it was empty. And the thing that was stolen was the orb.
Yeah.
What if the treasure box was already empty from the start?
What?
What?
Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran into Albie on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question. Also recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time. So why then did he ask Albie the question that he did?
It's a bit peculiar, isn't it?
Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once you realized that by the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran to the boy under the stairs.
The victim have known the treasure box was empty. He didn't have any way of opening it.
Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box was empty.
I see. Yes, I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he?
Mr. Roll most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all.
Yeah, but what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with Mr. Understanding?
My point is this. It gave Mr. Understanding a motive to murder the victim.
A motive?
Mr. Understanding, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. From the moment Mr. Roll discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed. Because you decided then that he had to be silenced forever. Alright, we do it? Can you believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is almost a colossal joke.
So then, what really happened to the treasure?
It had been stolen long before this incident occurred. by Mr. Peace Loving Understanding himself.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Understanding? Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped-up charges. The defense is grasping.
The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Understanding holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure?
As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing open the box. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling. I'm not ready to give my verdict yet. What?
The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case.
Yes, finally, a tiny shred of hope.
Mr. Understanding, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims?
No. Take that as a no? This is all bull. My noggin's a rage cage and it's ready to explode, baby.
Instructor Understanding, please calm yourself.
I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. That was... I understood that reference.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of them.
Yeah, I duly watched over that treasure with pride. And now I'm getting accused of stealing it? This lawyer's a lying scumbag. You better believe I got something to say. This very small Eep.
The smallest Eep.
Open up your ear holes, sheeple. Let's rock. Alright. Oh, God. Steal the Founder's Orb? Me? I did it? This lying lawyer sense knows no limit. All this time I guarded the orb faithfully. Sacred duty to the Holy Mother, easy to see. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. Forced the box open. No key did he need. Lying lawyer condemn him to hell. Kick him, throw him into the prison cell.
We've now heard from both sides.
Either the treasure box was forced open by the
that's me.
accused. Oh, that's the judge.
Either the treasure box was forced open by the accused, as the witness claims, or Mr. Understanding opened it. As the defense claims. Defense? This is your last chance to cross-examine the witness.
Yes, Your Majesty.
You're unable to prove your assertions by the end of this cross-examination.
Then the DC Act will come into play and both you and the accused will lose your lives.
I understand. Life or death, it all comes down to this.
Mr. Wright.
Don't worry, Albie. I'm here to defend you. I promise it'll be alright.
Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. I know you can win this for us. And after we win, we can go see Miss Maya together.
It's a
There's
deal.
your carrot.
There's the carrot. I can't let Albie down. I have to win this trial. Somehow I have to prove that only Understanding could have stolen the treasure. Do your worst, lawyer trash. This is your requiem. The last song you'll ever hear on this mortal coil. Alright. So...
Get to pressing if you don't immediately see a contradiction.
How do you know the box can be forced open? The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it. Isn't that right? Huh. Come on, you saw for yourself, didn't you? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh, yeah. Well, there's the proof right there. Ugh. Score 1 for the metalhead. Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way into the box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open up for you earlier? How do I explain why the box wouldn't unlock earlier? Maybe there's... Okay. Maybe there's... a different way to open it?
Maybe, yeah. One of those puzzle boxes, the ones that make you come.
It could be a cum box. There's a different way to open the box. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a secret trick to opening it to protect its contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works, isn't that right? Are you for real? You've been watching too many movies, lawyer man.
So you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. Wright, did you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner? Have you no defense of the Kingdom of Crime? Is that some kind of fantasy fun land?
Are you sure? Ugh. It sure don't have any real grounds to make that assertion, and yet... Oh yeah, I feel another song coming on. A little number about a crazy lawyer with wild, fantastic ideas. The real method to open the lock, you say? Delusional, man. There ain't no other way.
New verse. Please do add your testimony, Mr. Understanding.
Sorry, boy, you spelled cum wrong. But if he says that there's no other way, then it can't be broken open.
Let me press this new one as well.
Yeah. Delusional, am I? We'll see about that. Wild ideas, that's called delusion. Mixed up lawyer, drowned in the confusion.
Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoing has made him lose touch with reality.
Let's hear it. What'll it be? For the sinner's flight of fancy. Fuck. Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's gotta be some secret trick to opening the treasure box. Oh, really? And where exactly is the secret hidden?
So the key definitely is supposed to be for that box, right? So there must be some other trick that it has.
Yeah, so...
Otherwise, there would be no reason to guard it.
The secret is in the box.
No, it would be the key itself.
It would be the key?
There's a reason why they have to guard the key, right?
I guess. What? Oh. Yeah. There's obviously some secret hidden in the key. I'd like to examine it, if you please. Ha ha! You don't know when to quit, do ya? Here, go ahead, examine it all you like. Nothing. I don't see a thing.
Depends what have you discovered.
I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now. I told it, didn't I tell ya? Yes, you told me.
There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused forced the lock open. There's no other explanation.
That's right. He just rid of the box by opening it without using this Matama key. Wait, what did he just say? I'll say it as many times as I have to get through your thick lawyer's skull. Huh. Only the Matama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the founder's displeasure. So that's the wrong key then.
For the principal defense's sake, could you please add that to your testimony?
If I have to, cover it into your brain, lawyer man.
Objection!
Just a minute, Mr. Understanding. You just called your key the Matama key, didn't you? Ah. But didn't you originally say it's called the Magatama key? Oh.
Mitama key? What's that?
Zarboil, we don't know if this crashes a lot yet, but thank you for reminding me to save. I don't know, Your Majesty, but apparently it's a rather crucial question. What? What's the big deal? Source said the wrong thing, so what? Simple slip of the tongue.
An A for effort, Mr. Wright, but your grandstanding betrays your desperation. I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that adds absolutely nothing to your argument.
What say you, Defense? Is it an important detail?
Judging by understanding's reaction, I'd say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, Your Majesty, it's very important. This key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Mitama key. And I believe this discrepancy holds great significance for the defense. Nah, man, just a meaningless mistake. Insignificant. Huh. You're right at the crazy train of nowhere, lawyer man.
Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's all nonsense.
To tell the truth, I'm not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself. However, I am eager to find out.
What?
Defense, you will explain yourself like your life literally depends on it. Because it does.
Alright, cool.
Now then,
Cool vibe, Judge.
is the name of the key an important detail?
Yes, this is an absolutely important detail. I think. Because the Mitama key is connected to the Founder's Orb.
See, well in that case, please show the court the grounds on which you are basing this claim.
The grounds, Your Majesty?
You can of course show grounds, can you not, Defense?
Of course. What else can I say? Oh, I have to come up with something, anything, even if it's just a bluff. The Mitama key, Mitama. Oh wait. Oh yeah. When the butterfly. Oh.
You're getting it. It's all connecting.
It's all connecting.
It was right there all along.
I've connected the two dots.
You have connected them.
I have connected them.
Don't keep me waiting, Defense. What evidence shows a connection between the Mitama key and the Founder's Orb? What's that? The Song of Ceremony?
All this time, the answer was right there in front of me. It's right there in the Song of Ceremony performed during the Dance of Devotion. Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells of the treachery of the founder of Kurainism. But hidden within its lyrics is the secret behind how to really open the treasure box.
Holy Mother!
Ugh.
But how could that be, Defense?
The Song of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitama here refers to the Mitama key.
Well, yes, it is the same word, but that doesn't mean...
We've been calling this key the Magatama key, and that's why I inserted the key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it.
I suppose you know the right way?
I do, Your Majesty. To use the key properly, you have to first...
Maybe look at the box again.
Can I not see it in 3D? Oh!
All you need is right there.
Flip it...
Vertically.
Vertically. If we turn the Magatama upside down like this, it becomes the Kuraini's symbol of the soul. In other words, a Mitama.
Oh my, you're absolutely right. But now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit in the lock that way.
Oh,
I knew he was just bluffing. Bluffs and lies are the only tools of his trade, after all.
There must be some other place this key fits, but where? Let's see, what were the words of the Song of Ceremony again? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed.
I know exactly where it should be used. Here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's actually gonna do it.
Yeah, 3D.
Wow.
Then he looks at the judge. That's really cute.
Yeah.
My goodness. The treasure box, it really opened.
No way, man!
What? No.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the Song of Ceremony. It's the true key to opening the treasure box. It's all over, Mr. Payne.
How so?
Let's say someone was fooled into trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sadly for them, it won't budge. That's what the lock is, after all, just a decoy.
And what you're saying is...
Neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They therefore had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the one man who knew about the Mitama key. Peace, love, and understanding. But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor by Mr. Roll's body was the very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box could have left it in that state. And so, there can be only one true culprit. Admit it, Mr. Understanding. You're the one who killed Mr. Roll.
Fuck yeah, we do it.
Yeah, you ready? Ready to see how much it stepped up their animation?
What? He's having a good time. He's having a great time. Oh, so we just repeated the murder, huh?
Yeah.
Did he just go cuckoo?
Yeah.
Why?
Like a cartoon.
Curse him. It's all his fault. Why do you have to try and steal the treasure? Why do I have to spot him with that box? On the way to the storeroom after the morning dance. It's his fault I have to cause that blood.
Oh, come on. Why did they just progress there?
It's his fault I have to cause that blackout and clock him good. I couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could know the treasure box was empty. I'd lose my position as head monk. Who knows what else they'd do to me. I couldn't let... I had to stop him.
Alright. We win.
A shocking development. I can scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago.
No. My perfect, unblemished record. Destroyed. The incredible pain. Ruined. No!
Get fucked, asshole. Ha! I knew it was a piece.
Phoenix Wright really is something, huh?
Peace, I said peace. Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as everyone else. but the truth has been made known, so it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, this court finds the accused. I'll be your guide.
I was super expecting it to pop up with guilty. What is happening?
Spirit butterflies of innocence.
Is this the confetti?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Kuraianese confetti.
Cool. Oh! This is meant to resemble the actual, like, lobby back in Japanifornia, too. Like, it's the same camera angle.
Yeah.
There's like a table here, and the door's here, and the bailiff's here. I get it. There's still quite a commotion. The people in the gallery show no sign of clearing out. I can feel everybody's eyes on me. I've never been in a defendant lobby quite this uncomfortable.
Mr. Wright,
Oh, Albie!
thank you so much for what you did to me.
The dog is so cute.
Yeah, it's such a cute dog.
I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was touch and go there for a while.
I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I had a really hard time trusting you at first.
That's okay, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country. But how did it ever get this way in the first place?
Allow me to explain. At least I wish I could explain. But I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. By the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone.
Huh.
As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on her benevolence's insights.
Right, Rafa, the royal priestess. Like the royal pain in the ass.
No, you already beat him.
Yeah, true. For her part, I'm sure she really believes in what she says, but... even with her benevolence's divination seances, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people can easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions.
Mr. Wright, shush.
Huh?
Don't say that so loud. People might think you're a rebel. You could be arrested.
A rebel?
That's right. One of those people going against our queen in the court system.
I like these rebels.
They call themselves the Defiant Dragons.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude!
It's so cool. Look at that logo. It's like a Maritama, but it's a dragon.
Yeah, that's rad!
And they're led by a scary guy named Dirk. They'll do anything to overthrow her eminence, even commit crimes.
Hell yeah! Dirk. I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name.
It is Monkey D. Dragon, yeah.
The things you're saying sound a lot like the stuff they say. But you're not scary like that Dirk guy.
Who? Hi?
Do you want me to take him, or do you want to take him?
You can take him.
Okay. You. Yeah, you. I want to talk to you, see? Polite, is it?
Right, sir. Phoenix Wright. And you are?
I'm the Kuraianese Minister of Justice. The name's Inga Karkul Kurain.
Inga Karkul Kurain. Kurain.
I oversee the legal shebang. I was watching the thrilling circus in there.
You were? Wow. The Minister of Justice. So he's in charge of the entire court system. Defense Culpability Act and all.
Mr. Inga, how are you, sir? Run along, Mini-Monk. Grown-ups are talking to you. Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir.
May I help you with something?
I just want a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Huh. Well then.
He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage.
Oh yeah, might as well share this little morsel with you.
Turns out Roll was a seasoned thief, a repeat offender, see? Had my men look into it and they found all the booty he'd pilfered up there in his digs. But he seemed like such a nice man. Why, Mr. Roll, why?
Thieves can be nice.
Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook.
What a mook.
I love how this guy's like the minister of a foreign country, but he talks like a New York gangster.
Yeah, no shit. What the hell's up with that?
A mook? How can you say that? Guess that kind of sob story gets to you common folk all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. I had my men check out that understanding fella, too. He wasn't the one with the sticky fingers. It was the insurgents. What?
Ah, I see.
They put the squeeze on our head monk, apparently. So we gave up the founder's orb and tried to keep it hush-hush.
I see. Wow, I see. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah. Say, White.
No, that's a different person.
That was a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? First not guilty ruling in 23 years. You're making waves, see? Stirring the pot. Catch my drift?
Rocking the boat? Oh, well, yikes, I'm in for it now.
But thanks to that song and dance, we know our precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash and let it slide this time.
But all I did was defend the accused.
You'd be best to read between the lines here, chump. You standing on thin ice, you get my drift? Even a dirty, no-good Nick punk knows to cash in his chips before the house steps in. Do us both a favor and keep an eye on the path you're walking down. You never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on.
Alright.
So there's our villain for the game.
No shit.
Yikes, he was kind of scary, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about. Such as, when can we continue the sightseeing tour?
Tour? Oh, anytime, sir. We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. There are still lots more temples to see, and all kinds of local foods to eat. I can show you the natural beauty of the area and the waterfalls used for training. And I haven't shown you the breathtaking mountain view from the Plaza of Devotion yet. And this is the place where they dog.
Alright, slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time.
When we're done with all that, we can go see Miss Maya together.
Yeah, you bet. Maya, I wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay. I also hope she's okay.
So, how about that not guilty, jerk?
I heard. Sounds like the winds of change.
Oh, he's got the good voice, huh?
He's got freaking Jameson Price's voice, Papa near himself.
Okay.
One of my favorite voice actors of all time. They're the freaking coolest.
This man hot, then.
He's very hot. You're gonna find out a fact about him later that's gonna make him even hotter.
Oh, man. Whoa. I didn't expect that. No, we should watch.
Yeah, I watched the preview.
Wait, the magical turnabout?
Yeah.
Hello? Trucy?
Behold my might!
Speaking of Nier, Trucy in this game is voiced by Kira Buckland, aka 2B.
What, really?
Yep.
Oh, cool! I love this. This is really good. I just realized we haven't seen Mr. Hat for like an entire game.
Yeah, he appeared like once in Dual Destinies for like a split second.
Did he appear in Dual Destinies?
Yeah, I think it was literally only one time though.
Jesus. Okay, so that is the case that will be starting on Wednesday.
Yeah, the magical tournament.
That's exciting. Hey, there were several points in that stream where I almost fell asleep.
Get some rest.
Like, literally almost fell asleep.
You're a working gal again.
I need some rest. Oh, okay. That was a good first case.
Yeah, it's way better than the Destinies, that's for sure.
That established the themes of the game.
And the world.
And the world. And the characters. Characters thoroughly established.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, that was just... That's, like, I think the best first case in the series.
I still think that Trials and Tribulations first case is a bit above it because I like Dahlia as a villain a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
But that one is very strong.
I think I was gonna say, but that requires a lot of context to the previous two games, but I guess this does as well, doesn't it?
It's still good, I think.
Yeah, this one's still good. This one is very, very good.
Yeah, it feels very even. Like, there's no points where it's like, oh, this is really stupid, or oh, this feels really forced.
Yeah, no, it's just like, yeah, no, this is a good case. What about Apollo Justice's first case?
That was also really good, yeah. Apollo Justice's first case is like one of the best twists in the series, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I guess, like, I don't even remember what Dual Destiny's first case was.
It was the Ted Tone bombing one.
Oh, right. That one's pretty good, too.
Yeah, it's okay. I just think that, like, there's a bunch of really frustratingly obvious parts in it. Like, how did literally no one see the writing on the floor?
Yeah. I guess, like, the first two games are the only ones I don't think have first cases that are, like, worth thinking about.
Yeah, because the first one's literally 20 minutes long, and the second one is just, like, the most tutorial-ass tutorial case you've ever seen.
Phoenix had amnesia.
Yeah. And if you didn't have amnesia, the case would be over in 5 seconds.
Yeah. Alright. I need to sleep. Hey, I'll be back tomorrow, though. Hopefully better rested. We'll be playing, or continuing, Unsighted. Very excited to play more of that. The game seems super cool. I see that Code has been playing it a lot, and she seems to think it's super cool. And Code has good taste in games, so it's probably a good video game. Thank you, Mina, for joining me today.
My pleasure, as always. I'm eagerly awaiting Wednesday, because I think I mentioned this before, but this upcoming case has one of my favorite, like, mechanics in the series in terms of how the murder was executed.
Okay. I'm also excited for more Trucy. Are we gonna actually get more Trucy?
We actually get more Trucy. She gets a good amount of character development in this case.
Cool. She has lines?
She has lines.
That's
she exists.
Excellent. I can't believe she's voiced by Kira Buckland in this game. That's so wild.
Yeah.
This must have been this must have been like early in Kira Buckland's like voice acting.
No, she was in some stuff before this. Like, she was already in Danganronpa 2 at this point.
Oh my god, I didn't realize this came out in 2016.
Yeah, it's 5 years. Wow.
Wait, who did Kira Buckland voice in Danganronpa?
In the second one, don't look it up. She was Hyoko Sayonji. She was the little orange kimono dancer girl. I sent her that picture a few where it says that I don't want to understand gamers at all.
Yeah. Okay, I know that character.
She's a little shithead, but she's an adorable little shithead.
She does seem like a little shithead. Alright. I think that's it. That's everything.
It's okay. We did well. We blasted through this entire case. We were 1/6 of the way through this game already.
Yeah. God, yeah, we didn't even take a break, did we?
No.
Didn't need to.
Pure vibes.
Alright. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night. And as always, good sleep.
Bye, everyone.